Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
All right, I'm here with Max. Max Pond is the name he's going by this time. I talked to him off air about the story just to make sure it was okay to say before we got going. But I always known him as Max around Dorn. I met this kid when he was like 13 or 14, training over at Buffalo BJJ. I watched him come up through the ranks. I watched him fight. I watched him go from like 13 to the man he is today. I haven't seen him in a really long time. He's been out of town, so this is me catching up with him while you guys are here watching us too. So, like we got into the story a little bit earlier, Max, but no, everyone watching now doesn't know what we're talking about. So, can you get into why you changed your last name?
So I changed my last name I changed my name is Max Pond now. I changed it because I had a fight 4 years ago for SCP, and it's the fact that I'm live, so it's like getting me choked up. But so my fight, I had a fight that night. It was in February, and the moment I stepped in the cage, I felt like something in me died, and I didn't have to let her fight no more and everything. And it was my grandmother. She passed away, and she was like my mother to me. And like just losing that, I really lost it was just a death that was very heavy for me. There's so much the depth, the magnitude of it. It was a lot. What I mean? I promised her. I even told her I'm gonna go pro before she passed away. But even a couple months before the fight, I still carrying guilt for it. But we had this really bad argument, and we both said some horrible things, and I'm just using this fight camp as a means to grieve, as a means to heal, and it is personal. I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy I'm fighting, but I know one thing about fighting is nothing is promised until that cage is locked. So even if I'm not fighting him, I'm fighting someone else. This is for a purpose, for myself, just to heal. And
Yeah, and if you're watching here, head on over to YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you, Benfield. That's a way to break up an emotional moment. Thanks, Ben. There's one of the commentators on the card too, and that couldn't come at a better time, man. Because Max has been going by Max Dorn, and he changed his name to Pond to honor his grandma in this fight, and that's one of the things that we talked about right before we came on the air. And it was a lot easier before. There's a lot of pressure on, and then there's pressure on the talk, and then the emotions hit, dude, when it's live too. And I understand because
man, because it's just me. It's it's just between me and you. It's I'm familiar with you. I'm comfortable with you. So it's easy to be vulnerable. Now it's ears and everything. I could feel it. I could feel people tuning in, watching.
Yeah. I just imagine them in their underwear, and then I laugh. They're probably all flabby like Ben. Brothers, he's already proud of you. Everything else you do is extra. That's what Ben says. And that's true, man. So like I was saying earlier, I know you since you were 13 or 14. Did you start out with jiu-jitsu or did you start out with kickboxing? Can't remember now.
I started with Muay Thai, but I was doing at the same time I was doing high school wrestling, middle school wrestling and everything like that. So I had the conditioning of wrestling for the Muay Thai and everything. Yeah, like I said, 6 months. I think 6 months into it, I had my first fight, and I don't really remember a lot of it. A lot of fights I don't really remember. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I could still feel it, but I can't
Yeah.
really recollect my thoughts to it.
I watched a lot of your fights. I cornered you for some, and I watched in the crowd for others. You and Keith like really got together a lot, and he cornered you for most of those fights. And it was like something to watch you grow, dude. We watched you really grow up in the cage. Like you literally went from being a kid into being a man in front of our eyes, and you did it in front of the world. Like you fought a lot of Muay
Man,
Thai fights in that time, and then you went over to MMA. And what year did you start fighting MMA in? I think it was what was it like 2016,
2017,
2018, something like
it
that.
was yeah, something like that because I remember
You were
graduating
supposed
high
to fight.
school and
You were supposed to fight Skinner, right? You were gonna fight Scott Skinner. Or is that just in my imagination?
no, I remember. Yeah, yeah, and I ended up fighting Eric. I think
Yeah, you
no,
fought
Alex.
Conor.
Alex. No, I
Yeah.
fought Alex Castanelo.
Oh, yeah. And that like
Yeah,
sparring boxing match. Oh man, I
yo,
remember
man.
that. Oh, I feel bad for
You
you.
know what's, crazy? I like what's crazy about that fight is still it. It really changed the trajectory of my own journey to the
Yeah.
point where I've been like really just into boxing. Like I gave boxing like really, like he showed me boxing and like it's like, yo, this is a beautiful discipline. This is a beautiful sport.
Yeah.
And I found a good coach down here, that's a boxing coach. And it's high level down here, man.
hmm Yeah, dude, it's a
think I,
whole different sport, man.
think I got a little something from sparring.
Yeah, I see that little shine in there. That's nice. Looks cleaned up. Looks like makeup though, kind of. You should be careful showing it off. People gonna start talking.
Yeah, man.
That was supposed to originally be an MMA fight, right? It was supposed to be an MMA fight against Skinner, and then you fought Alex, and he wanted to do boxing. You guys
Yeah,
did boxing and TNT, right? That was TNT. That was a TNT outside. The first one that did
yeah,
that was
yeah. I
outside.
think so. It was. This is way back.
Yeah,
Man,
I
that was
remember.
like
That was Don Lily's show.
lifetimes ago. Feels like a
Yeah.
past life. Yeah. Wow.
Wow, I remember that fight. I
That's
called that
cr-
fight. I remember it. And that's crazy. I forgot till just now. I remember you were supposed to fight Skinner, and I forgot what happened. And then you fought Alex. That's crazy. That is like so crazy. That's
you
such a
know what? You
different.
know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is I remember your reaction to Keith when Keith told you who I was fighting,
Yeah.
and you looked at him crazy, and he was just like, yeah, like I don't know who I was fighting. I didn't care. I was like, like I was like, but even to this day, I still don't care who I fight. I just, just fighting, win or lose. I'm never gonna like you can't kill me.
For anyone
Can't
that
kill
doesn't
me.
know, Alex Castellano is like a 9-1 pro right now. Like he is a phenomenal boxer, and that was the first time he ever kickboxed. But he didn't really throw any kicks. He just basically boxed. And dude, you hung in there with him. It was a good fight. Like it was a lot better than I expected. Alex is like a super skilled kid, and like I'm just saying, the difference
Absolutely.
between Scott
And
Skinner and Alex Castellano. No offense to Scott Skinner, is like it's worlds different. Like I'll put you in there with Skinner anytime, but like man, like Alex, even then Alex was kind of like it was just a little bit of if it was MMA, it would be a mismatch for you towards Alex, but like in a striking match, like I was just like, oh man, I don't know if Keith knows how good Alex really is, like because Alex just looks like a little. He looks like a nice kid, He doesn't look like he can fight, but he can really fight. And like you hung in
absolutely.
there
And
with him.
I saw, I actually found his Instagram and like, just seeing how far he came.
Hmm
Just anybody from Buffalo, man. Like it's just, that's my home. So like anybody I see that's just striving or just like, just getting it, it's like, I'm proud. Like it's just all love.
Yeah, that's
You
amazing,
know.
dude. Where are you living now?
Right now I live in Stamford, Connecticut.
What brought you
Um,
out there? I know you moved. I didn't really know why you moved. Just like family or work
it
or what?
was it was like so it's like my dad's best friend and like his
Mhm.
family and everything and like we would like visit over like summertime and everything whenever my dad had vacation time or something and then
Yeah.
Um, so I call him my uncle. So my uncle came when my grandmother's passing away and everything. He just saw how I was living and everything. Um, and he knew that I was going to be homeless or that I was going to be like out and about trying to figure things out. So he just offered me to like come down to Stanford, and then like so I just I had nothing to lose. I threw basically went down there with two sweatpants, two shirts for like and just went down there for nothing.
Mhm.
And for 6 months I was just wearing the same two outfits. But
Yeah.
you know, takes time to start over and really set roots. But I I think I set it my foundations. I got I worked my way to get my own things. Got my pay raises in my field of trade, and even started my own Muay Thai program. The only one in
Nice.
Stanford, the only one in the city right now. So
Mhm.
trying to take advantage of the opportunity or the business side of martial arts.
Yeah, and you guys are fighting. You're it's an MMA fight, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
advanced
So
rules and everything.
yeah, where are you doing your ground at? It sounds like you're running a Muay Thai program, and dude, like I know your Thai is legit. Like you come from Keith Farrant lineage, like WTBA, and like
Absolutely.
dude, you've been fighting since you're like 13, dude. Like we know that you can fight for sure.
so I train at a place called Groundwork Jiu Jitsu. He's the coach there, professor there, Evan. He's a very cool dude, and he comes from Essential, and I went up there a couple times, and it's pretty high level, man, and like it's different just being somewhere where it's high level, and it's just a whole. It's just, I don't know. I feel like that, at Buffalo United too. Like it's just that feeling where it
Yeah,
feels like there's something special, just something special here, like the energy and everything. And
I love it too. Maybe it's
but
that essential the essential leadership. I'm not sure because Boom is essential too, and they're dude, like Professor JT is an awesome guy, and like the energy there is like really good. It's kind of cool, and like it's cool. Like you continue your journey, and you're like almost with you're staying with the same affiliation. Like you're still doing Thai, and
yeah, it's
now like
crazy
you're coming back home.
how small the world is, and like and I realized that I was like, I realized, coming back into fighting, like I want to be the best in the Northeast, like the flyest flyweight in the Northeast, for 2024 and everything, and like it's it's doable.
Yeah, you're coming in. You're fighting a pretty tough opponent. You're fighting I might butcher his name, but you're fighting Jason Schmelzer. He is 1-1. He lost by guillotine choke, and he won on the last K4 card by rear naked choke against Zach Uterbank. Zach was coming from the 765 team, who like, although we like tease back and forth a lot, their grappling is not like essential jiu-jitsu level. Their grappling's more like you know, like a MMA style grappling. It's not really like a high level jujitsu. No offense to you guys. I don't mean like your jujitsu is not okay. It's just not like Max is training with guys that are like some of the best in the world. Like Professor JT Torres is like one of the best guys in the entire world, and those are the type of people Max is training with. And I'm sure Jason's jiu-jitsu is super impressive too. He put Zach to sleep with a rear naked choke last fight, except Zach put his chin up and then he got the choke sunk in. So I know you're not going to make that mistake. Are you looking for more of a grappling match or more of a striking match with Jason?
I'm looking for just a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes where it goes, but I'm just looking for a fight. I'm a free fighter, so
Yeah.
if I feel confident standing up. I feel confident going to the ground. I'm confident everywhere. I have no worries where I go because I'll be good.
So the fight's Saturday. What day are you coming into town?
Uh, Wednesday night. I'm just gonna
Nice.
drive up there and visit family and everything, uh,
Cool,
friends,
dude.
family. and just
It's so awesome. You get to fight at home. You get to come back. Are you gonna get in there and train with Keith before the fight, or?
I would love to. Absolutely, absolutely. I would
You
love
should
for him
set
to
that
wrap
up
my
for
hands
sure.
too. Like I feel like absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm not sure. I don't. If you get there early enough, Keith might be able to wrap your hands. But like Keith is like super busy, dude. He's got the suit on. He's running around. He's doing all kinds of shit, like taking care of the show. Um, uh, like
I
it's a little bit tough for him to do all that stuff with the suit on. Once he gets the suit on, man, he's in for the business part of the show. But man, it's so cool. Joe's still there though, so I think Joe wraps their guys' hands when Keith's not working there.
sorry, I kind of broke up.
I was like, when Keith got the suit on, he's doing all the business part of K4, but I'm pretty sure that Joe is still there, Joe Hacken. I'm pretty sure that he wraps their
Yeah,
hands in the back before the fights for the guys.
I
Joe
you know any
is,
you know anybody at Buffalo United, they wrap my hands and be harder.
yeah. Oh man, people don't know. Like I spent a lot of time with you over there. We did a couple camps together at Buffalo United, and like I always like training with you. You were like one of my favorite partners. You're so light. It was always
Hey
like
man,
it was always fun to
you
catch
will
your
whoop
camp.
my ass, man. You're always whooping my ass. I remember I was like 13 or something. I came out, the back room and at Buffalo BJJ.
Yeah.
And I'll come out. I remember Cherish. She looked at me all bloody up, and she looked at you, and she was like, "What's wrong with you, Caveman?"
Yeah.
But it's fighting, man. It's fighting.
Yeah. I mean, in my defense, you were trying to fight. You weren't like just coming to train. Like you're really fighting, man. And like it's just disrespectful to you to be like super nice to you. And you like come hard as shit too. Like so
I feel like because when I was a kid, I just felt like all the adults are like would hold back, and like I felt like holding back. It's like doing me a disservice,
mhm.
in the long run. Because like if I'm just walking about trying to defend myself and someone come out, just trying to run up on me and everything, and like there's no weight class, there's no nothing. I'm gonna have to fight for my life,
Yeah,
and like you know, real life applications to the martial arts.
for sure, dude. You're a pretty deep guy, man. I didn't realize how deep you were when we were first training. It wasn't until you moved and I started like reading the stuff that you post on social media that I actually saw that you're a pretty deep guy, man. And I wish I would have spent more time like talking with you instead of punching you in the face. But I'm glad you're coming back and we get a chance
It,
to wrap it up a little bit.
absolutely, and it's probably part of my fault too. Growing up because like I didn't really trust people, and like I didn't
Yeah,
like being warm or open, so I didn't really talk to nobody, or like even the way I was conditioned too was to like not speak unless spoken to. So like that kind
mhm.
of I had to break out of that. Even like speaking to you right now, like I couldn't really speak or articulate my sentences or nothing like that. And now I'm able to because I'm able to speak and everything like that.
Yeah. It's an important part of growing into being a person, man. Like you have to be able to articulate what you're thinking and be your own best advocate at times because people don't care. They'll just walk right over you if you don't if you don't speak up. And that's kind of how the world works. That brings me back. I don't. I love that picture that you posted the other day of Buma. I remember that picture when you're training so hard. Like you were like I don't know if you were sleeping in the gym or like you were just there like and no one else was there. But
Oh
dude, you were
yeah,
like, that was crazy, man. Can you
yeah.
tell me about the origins of that picture? Because I've always wondered, and I know how late you'd be there working.
So for that story, I think I was getting ready for it was an MMA fight. I forgot who I was fighting. It could have been a no. It was Thai fights. No, I forgot to be honest. But I was training for something, and I would take the bus, to try to catch the 7 a.m. class, and then I would just chill there for a little bit, and then maybe go for a run, and then go for the noon class, and then chill for a little bit, and then stay and everything. Maybe try to find food in the kitchen, I mean, not try to find food or just bug one of the coworkers. Not the coworkers or just one of the cooks in the kitchen. Give
Yeah.
me some free food or something. Hook me up. Starving, but yeah, that was like day in day out sometimes, and like I didn't have a car at the time, and like it it was something different because it I felt I felt like I was just living my purpose as if I'm living like a hunter gatherer, way back in my primal um life, and I just felt everything was aligned, just the training itself and just the way it is, and it's kind of vague because it's been so long, but at a point I was sleeping at Buffalo United for a good 3 months. Um, I it was certain things happened, and I just had to get out of Dodge. Um, so stayed there, and it was tough because I remember one night I was locked out and I couldn't get in, so I just had to sleep outside, and it was like Buffalo in the winter time.
Yeah.
It ain't no joke, and I'm right by the water, so like this shit was cold, and like I remember there's a show, it's my childhood show. It's called what's it called? It's called Avatar: The Last Airbender, and there's a scene, right? Is with Iroh, and he's teaching his nephew Zuko how to fire breathe because he's about to infiltrate the North Pole, and he's about to be in sub-zero temperatures, and he had to learn how to fire breathe, and it's just like real life application, and so that's what I started doing outside. I started fire breathing, just like breathing in like nasal breathing, filling up my just diaphragmatic breathing, filling my belly, and then really compressing it to create that heat and like exhale. You're not really like consciously exhaling when you're compressing the muscles or the abdominal muscles in. It's like exhaling naturally. So you just all you're doing is inhaling. So you're kind of saving your energy to produce more heat.
Man,
I
that's
don't know
crazy.
that,
Avatar saved your
but
life.
yeah, man, and like it was the most like profound experience in my life too. Like it is something to me, like spiritually. Like what I mean. Like that was an experience, man. Like I could talk about it like more in depth, or maybe we could say that for next time.
For sure. What's your plans for fighting? Are you gonna continue fighting for K4? I know it's a haul for you. You're just using this to get back to town and visit a little bit and come back and like get
Um,
back into the game, or what's going on? When was the last time you fought? You haven't fought since what?
it's
Since 2020?
2020. Yeah,
Damn, man.
that's I didn't fight because, like I said, I was grieving my grandmother, and like
Yeah.
all that happened in that fight at night, and like it was even crazy during that fight. Some of my things in the fight, locker room got stolen, and I remember being so angry that I remember just throwing my lock at the wall, and like I felt like the hole still there or something because they don't really check that, but this shit was grimy. The
Yeah.
shit was grimy. Like how you gonna do that to another fellow warrior, especially in the
Dude,
same corner room.
that's so crazy. Like that happened to Brett Malone. Brett Malone fought 2 shows ago now, and he was cutting weight at I'm not sure what gym it was, LA Fit maybe something like
Yeah,
that. Or and someone stole $200 out of his wallet. So
damn, yo.
yeah, like it sucked for him. So I ended up giving him fight of the night. So me and Ray and sometimes Ed with JCR Transport, our sponsor, gives us money. But I give away at least $400 every fight. Start with 400 of my own money, and then whatever else I get, I add on top of it. So for fight of the night, we give $100 to each person or whatever we get in. Submission of the night, we give $100 to, and knockout of the night, we give $100 to. So hopefully
So
we
what
can
if it's a Friday night and submission knockout? Like you choke the person out and they go to sleep, and you
well,
get the
that'd be
Friday night.
submission
Is
of the night.
that
Last
is
time,
that what I
when I
what
got
I
into
triple
it's
what?
still submission. No, no, you can't triple it up.
Oh
Usually,
man,
fight of the night is not. We haven't had a fight of the night yet that ended in a submission or knockout because it usually happened pretty early, at least in K4.
Yeah.
The only one that I would say that could have been fight of the night was Nat Kava and El Shida, but we were not. I didn't have enough money at that time to give away bonuses for that one. But normally we like usually the submissions happen usually in the first round, so it's sub of the night. Knockouts happen usually the second round. Knockout of the night. If it goes all 3 rounds and it's back and forth, that's usually what the fight of the night is. So it has to be a pretty even fight. But you could definitely get like fight of the night and knockout of the night if it's a fight like that for sure. That Schmelzer kid is gonna be
Understood.
really good too, man. Like you guys could definitely be a dark horse fight of the night for sure, or submission of the night too, man. Because Schmelzer like really put that Zach kid out to sleep, man. I'm gonna have him on at 8, so he's coming on at 8, and then you can listen to that one too, and you get to see your opponent a little bit. I'm gonna ask him about putting that guy to sleep.
My bad, Caveman. My headphones acting funky. But
Yeah,
can you
no
hear me?
worries. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you barely.
Yeah, that's
Hold
what
on.
happens. Like if you don't have headphones and you do it on your phone, it's really hard to hear our end of it. So the headphones is the best way to do it on the phone. But I'll try and talk a little bit louder for everyone that's listening.
It's all good. Hold on. Apologies. Hold on.
Damn, there he goes. Back at it. Yeah, back at it. Now I can hear again. Good, perfect. We'll try and keep it quick for you. What's your prediction for this fight? How do you think it's gonna end?
On my prediction for the fight, honestly, I hope it go all 3 rounds because I just want to fight, yo. I don't want to, I don't want to quick. I mean, if I get a quick finish, then by all means. But like, I want to fight. I want all 3 rounds of just action and just blood, sweat.
Man, the last time I saw a fight that you fought, I called that fight as well. It was you and I think Vince, right? You fought Vince Capozzi in Ground Force.
Who?
Vince Capozzi in Ground Force, the kid with the tattoo on his chest.
Oh yeah, Vince. Vince.
Yeah, and that fight went all 3 rounds, dude. And you broke him with your conditioning, man. And like I remember that fight. I was training with Vince at the time too. Like I've always been friends with you, but he was training WNY, and I was watching him, man, and he was looking really good too, and he was in good shape. I know he's in good shape, and you still broke him down, dude. And man, your heart is unquestionable in the cage.
Cardio, man. Cardio. And
Yeah,
it's. I feel like it's just for cardio. I feel like I don't know. I it comes from the heart. You know what I mean? It comes from the heart.
definitely. There's no quit, and anyone that's watching that, like I talk up the fighters. It's my job to like talk up the fights, but I'm serious about Max having a real heart, dude. Like he's got the heart that breaks people. You're gonna have to like really you to submit him. You're gonna have to. It's gotta be deep, man. It's gotta be in, and it's gotta be perfect to get him. To knock him out, dude, you're gonna have to like knock the conscience out of him because he's gonna keep coming until like his body is not reacting anymore. And that's the fighter that Max is. Like that's the fighter that we all were. It's like all coming back from the same roots that I come from, dude. So like we were tough. Like I was punching him like a man when he was 14, and like the real deal, dude. He's someone that's not going to quit and he's not going to back down. And this Jason Schmelzer kid is really tough too. And I'm so excited to watch this fight. This is going to be a great fight. And dude, I'm so happy I get to call it. And I'm so happy you're coming back to town. I got a gym myself. It's Integrity Martial Arts. And when you're
I
in
see
town,
it,
dude, if you
man.
want to pop
I've
in,
been meaning to come up.
yeah, man, pop in anytime. Please, while you're in town, come on up. We train Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know when you're leaving or what you need to do when you come in, but feel free to come on in, man, and just let me know if you're coming Thursday. I can open up a little bit early. If you need to cut weight, whatever you need to do, man, let me know.
I don't need to cut weight, K man. I'm on weight.
Nice,
I,
perfect,
I fight where I walk around. So
nice.
125. So my brain, it's all it's not shrunken, so I could take some punches. I could eat punches all day.
Do you think that's why your cardio's so good that you don't cut weight?
It's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. You eat healthy and everything all the time?
Not all the time. You know, I'm human. I love food, and it doesn't help that I'm a chef too, so it's
Yeah.
always around food.
Oh man. So maybe by the time your career's over, you'll be moving up to 55.
Maybe, absolutely. I love
You
it.
get some tree trunk legs like Keith. Have you seen Keith lately? Dude, his legs are so thick. Man, he put a little bit of weight on, but it's all in his legs, dude, and
Oh
they
man.
definitely kick hard.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him, man.
Yeah. I can't wait to get you in. Do you got anyone to promote or thank while
Like
you're here?
sponsors and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got no sponsors leading up to this fight, but for the future, I am open to sponsors, but I'm very specific of what I want and what I'm doing. So if anybody is serious with helping me grow with my journey, my goal is to be the best in the Northeast and then make my way to Southeast Asia and live there for a year to train and eventually, come back as a pro. And that's the goal. And
Man, that's awesome. Like, dude, guys, don't. I'm not sure where he is in the card, but don't miss Max's fight. It's going to be awesome. And then if you buy tickets through Max, if you put in K4 Pawn, I believe it would be K4 Pawn with no space.
yeah, I would have to ask Keith. I gotta
Yeah, it
talk
could
to
be
him, see
K4
what's
Dorn
going
as
on.
well. I'll when I go back and I post this one on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I will. I'll put in the header what your promo code is. If it's K4 Dorn or K4 Pond. And then if you do buy tickets from Max, you'll get credit for the ticket, and he'll get a few bucks. And that helps all these fighters out, man. You see, he's got to do his interviews from the car. He's got a nice studio with pictures hanging in it. He's doing it from his car. So, and we need to get some new earbuds and like a studio, so he can do it in the studio. Max, thank you so much for your time, man. We appreciate you. And
Absolutely.
I'll see you in just a few weeks, right? What are we, 3 weeks away now? Something like that.
3 weeks out. 3 weeks
Yeah,
out.
3 weeks. 27th. Don't miss it, guys. All right. With that, we're out of here. Peace.